paperwork in the pipelines. The next like month or two is gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty crazy. So thank you. I love you guys. We're all gonna make it, bruvs. Okay, we're all gonna make it.
Deuces.
Good crazy. If I use the word good, it would be tacky, but it's. I'll just say that much. I'm okay. Good for me. That's dark and tacky, but that's all I can say. All right.
In terms of whether I would think, and again, I would want to phrase it this way to make clear what the consequences of this are. Do I think that it is ever justifiable for the state to force a woman or a girl to give birth against her will? And I would say no.
I would say, well, first of all, an abortion is a forced birth. The baby has to be removed one way or the other. But I think that, yes, all children deserve legal protection, born and unborn, and legal protection, a foundational legal protection from being killed, from being murdered. And that would include the act of abortion, because abortion is direct and intentional killing, which I think has been established and largely agreed to, although I understand Dr. Franks is not viewing them as persons, but they are developing humans that are killed via an abortion.
If you'd like to bring up either of you, you can offer some questions for the other person, or we can also lead.
Okay, it is.
I would like to, I can start unless you'd like to start.
Or we can also lead.
It sounds like you kind of said it a few moments ago, that your case hinges on this idea of bodily autonomy, which we agree that we all have bodily autonomy. It's about to what extent can you use your bodily autonomy to then go kill somebody else that you find inconvenient to your bodily autonomy. But it's about to what extent can you use your bodily autonomy to then go kill somebody else that you find inconvenient to your bodily autonomy. But it's about to what extent can you use your bodily autonomy to then go.
Why the hell are we trying to use Edge? Jesus. That is not what we want to be using. We do want to check to see if, I don't know if I'm even working on YouTube yet. Let's see. It didn't even show me as being live. Oh, I am alive. Close. America the Hollow, upheave the dens, upheave the rep, and restore America. The parties are corpses walking. I agree with that. I agree that both parties are, they do not care about America. They care about themselves. That is 100% true, my friend. Sorry if I'm not responding real quick. I'm trying to get my stream running on YouTube, and on YouTube and Twitch. You need to get all my Discord stuff running also. It's my invite. David Ball. This takes forever. Sorry, TikTok. When shall we again have Spinessi? I don't know who Spinessi is. I apologize. I don't know what that means. Because I am stupid. I am not a bright man. But, yes, I know I can't knock my own stream. We are getting closer. Why is my restream not showing properly? Yes, I understand the New York election. Hmm. Oh. No, we don't want that. I am having a rough time right now. Sorry, guys. Yes, we want to save that password. I mean, we have had basically nothing but Nick Fuentes fans. So I think Nick's taken over TikTok. I think Nick Fuentes is winning over the right now. I don't know if that's younger folks or what, but Nick Fuentes seems to be. I mean, I don't even care about Israel. Like, I don't care about anything going on over there. They can do what they want. Why are we not connected? I agree, Israel is probably not our friend at all, but we should probably not be supporting somebody that's against, the Holocaust and things like that. Oh, gotta switch to politics. No, I am struggling on my multi-streaming. Getting everything set up. We don't want to search that. We want to change. Oh, there we go. Search for category. Oh, the flock. I guess I should probably make sure my YouTube stream is working before I start sending people over. Yeah, I don't think it is. My channel. Yeah, it's not showing me being live. It keeps defaulting back to my other. I don't think I've seen a single Ben Shapiro person on TikTok. Yes, we want to connect channels. Israel is over, is what it seems like. More people are just fans of not. I don't even know if Nick Fuentes is Jew or Mexican. He's like super. Nick Fuentes is super white. He just, I don't know why his last name is. I don't know if Fuentes is like I think Fuentes might just be a like a stage name. I don't think that's his real last name. But I don't know. Like I've never I haven't really dove into Nick Fuentes. That's so weird to me. I mean, he seems so, I don't know. Seems so white. Maybe that's showing my bias. It's just so weird to me that, and I don't know why. I mean, is isn't he like super against like Hispanic people being in America? Sad that he's growing in popularity. Uh, I mean, he's a white nationalist and white supremacist. Like, I don't. Yeah, everyone on TikTok is a Fuentes fan over Shapiro. And I'm not saying like Republicans are going to be supporting either of them, but it seems like those are the two ideologies that are going to be fighting for the Republican Party is like the Fuentes ideology over the Shapiro ideology, or Shapiro Republican or Fuentes Republican. I'm just really surprised that I haven't seen a single person say Ben Shapiro yet. Every single person has said Nick Fuentes, and I'm not really tuned in to the right what what, at least not with the young. Yeah, but Nick Fuentes wants a lot more people slaughtered. Nick Fuentes essentially, if you're not white, he throws you out or kills you. He said as much plenty of times. He's like one of the great replacement people. Someone said Nick Fuentes is Hispanic, but from everything William and Lauren Chico. Oh, he's Italian, Irish, and Mexican. His father is half Mexican. I mean, I to be honest, I have not seen much of the like new Nick Fuentes stuff. Um, I'm going off of the stuff I saw years and years and years ago, where he might have just been, trying to, grow an audience or whatever. Hey, Zigo985, what's up? We're doing like a multi-stream thing today, so I'm also talking with TikTok and YouTube and Twitch. So I don't know what kids were hungry in the ghetto 1970s means. Are you Zigo, are you a yeah, Luke, I mean Lucas, you might be right. I mean, just because it sounds nicer doesn't mean it's better. I'm not advocating for either one of them. I'm just trying to see where the party is at. I'm not judging. I'm not telling people, oh, you shouldn't do any of this. I'm just trying to figure out what people think. I am not judging anybody. Lord knows I've screwed up enough stuff in my life. I don't know why my restream is not working. Midnight? What's wild? Again, I'm not advocating for either of them. I'm just trying to see where folks are at. I'm trying to see what folks are feeling. And again, I'm not real tuned in to either of them. I mean, I know who both of them are, but I haven't really looked at them for a while. And just the last stuff I saw of Nick Fuentes was just crazy sauce. Um, so I don't know. I don't know where he stands now, and it'll be interesting to see. I mean, user 487. I mean, as in right now, the Republican Party looks to be, because I mean Donald Trump isn't gonna be ain't gonna be around forever. I don't even know if he'll make it to the end of this presidency. He's old as shit. But it looks like there's gonna be like the Nick Fuentes Republicans or the Ben Shapiro Republicans, and where are people leaning right now? Well, I mean, Nancy's not going to be done with insider trading. None of them are. Every single person in the Senate and Congress is insider trading. I guarantee you that. Even if they don't know that they're insider trading. Um, Donald Trump's not going to do anything about insider trading. He's not going to risk. He's not going to risk hurting himself financially. Yeah, I mean, Donald Trump's not going to do anything about. I mean, just look at all the stuff with um the like Bitcoin or Trump coin scam that he ran. I mean, that is essentially like the definition of insider trading and scamming and all that stuff. What do you mean you hear he stole the Resolute desk? I haven't heard that yet. Uh I mean, they're not going to be able to do anything with the Epstein prosecutions until they can get the government back up and running. A lot of people are saying the reason it's not opening up is because that one chick said she's going to. Andy, and that's not even including what her husband's earning off of insider trading either. Like, I think her husband makes like $1 billion a year or something like that. Girl, Brad. Uh, XNF, not really. The crypto thing is, I mean, I work in finance. Their insider trading and the crypto scam, both of those things would be regulated by the same entity. I mean, Andy, that's 10 minutes for Trump and all of them. I mean, they said that Elon Musk made like $7 billion off of the first 6 months. Yeah, I know U.S. crypto regulations aren't a settled matter yet, but scamming people through that is or through brokerage accounts and things like that is regulated. Crypto rug pools are 100% illegal. You're not allowed to do that, and that's what's his face got busted for, isn't it? I love my life sarcastically wants to know where the real ninjas are at. Probably China or Japan. Ninjas are Japan. Uh, why can I not get? No, counterpoints did a big thing on it. We might check that out here in a bit. If I can get my stupid YouTube to reconnect. Oh, I can connect my Activision ID, but not my Discord. Stupid YouTube. I mean, XNF. I'm not a lawyer, but rug pulls are illegal, and that's part of the reason why a lot of banks will not deal with crypto right now. Like the bank I work for, I'm not even allowed to hold cryptocurrencies and work for them. So, oh, I have a links. I don't need a video watermark. I don't care what my pronouns are. None of this stuff matters. Kung Fu Joe. I mean, I don't know what the exact statute for murder is, but I know murder is illegal. It's the same thing. Of course, I might also just be an idiot because I can't seem to even get my damn YouTube stream to run at the same time as my Twitch and TikTok. And it's saying it's connected. Andrew Wilson is a borderline insane person. That's fine. I don't want to. I can remove that channel. Oh, what's his name? Um, Crypto rug pulls are technically under securities fraud. So I'm looking at my stuff for my job. Securities fraud, wire fraud, and could also be money laundering. That's true. Shapiro's viewership has gone down a whole lot. I agree, Chris. I'm not a fan of either one of them, but that seems to be where everything's going right now. Uh, the XNF, you want to know who was in jail? It's the creators of Frosty, are the people I'm thinking of. I'm not saying who to follow. It's like both the two of them seem to be they're battling it out right now. They're and they are getting a ton of influence, I guess. And I just don't know who's going to come out on top of that. I feel like Nick Fuentes is going to end up screwing it up because he's a little too edgy for the real world. Ben Shapiro's at least lived in the real world, even if it's under the boot of Israel. But I think he at least lives in reality, where I don't think Nick Fuentes does. I think Nick Fuentes just says what he wants. And I mean, Nick Fuentes has said some wild stuff. Yeah, you're right, John. I'd say Ben's even worse than just loving Zionists. I'd say he is actively promoting them and trying to make them, give them more influence in the West than they already have. I mean, they have a ton of influence in the West already. And I think Ben Shapiro is not a he's not picking America over Israel ever. I feel like this is almost the same. Hey, Jonathan Swift on YouTube. No, the Frosty's NFT project. Look up Frosty's NFT project. Rug pool, I guess. The SEC does classify that as crypto projects are investment or brokerage or um oh securities. I don't think they have anything to do with capitalism. I mean, just because you're a Zionist and a white supremacist, that's got nothing to do with your fiscal policy. Josh Parker, you're the first person to say Ben Shapiro. Congratulations. Again, for anybody watching, I'm not judging either way. I am just trying to gather the information. And I want to know why people think so. Right now, it's like 50-1 between Shapiro and Fuentes. And Fuentes, at least on TikTok, where I'm getting a lot more chatters, is very much winning. I do want to try and get this to show up. We want to move you up. There we go. It just makes the most sense to make sure America takes care of itself before helping other places. But I think the problem is by just helping ourselves, it's allowing for other places to take care of those places, and we're going to lose a lot of influence. Lycurgus, why are you going for Nick? He says Nick all the way. Hey, Taxi on Twitch. Discord is pissing me off. Hey, Me Gaming. That's a friend of mine. That was part of the Dan Bana gaming outlet. I didn't know you still were using the old Twitch channel. European Union, I don't have much to say about the European Union, really. I think they've got problems that they need to fix, but I mean, everyone's got problems, and I haven't really kept informed on what's going on in the EU. The only thing I know is it's getting harder and harder for us to get currency from them, at least at my job. Kaiser Soze does not like Fuentes. Kaiser Soze thinks Fuentes is a joke. He has no business being discussed as a serious person. But Lycurgus says that Nick's his guy and he would rather have someone support the country fully instead of having a dual alliance. Taxi, is there something in the EU that I should be concerned about or should be keeping abreast about? Let's see. I mean, it should be showing. I agree to that. Yeah, Zionists, and I think they are kind of freaking out that Fuentes is regaining a foothold. Fuentes was fairly popular a little while ago, but then he kind of went off the rails with, and that may have had more to do with him hanging out with Kanye West than anything else, but Kanye West was saying some wild stuff too. Oh, come on. Nick has way too many sensational bigoted positions. He's an exactly. I mean, that's what my initial thing was, but then I was told that he's changed, that he's different than that. But I essentially said like Nick Fuentes is going to end up screwing up any kind of popularity he gains because he's just going to try to be edgy and a troll, and he's probably going to get himself banned from something again. And boo boo. Oh, it is showing us live. What the hell? Oh, did they? I didn't realize they let him back on. I know he used to be on Spotify. I mean, does he do like a podcast, or is it just like audio of his you or I guess Kick? I don't think he's really even on YouTube anymore. I don't use Spotify, so I don't really even know what they. No, I don't care about my past streams, you idiot. But then again, there's no shortage of dipshits out there on the left, right, and center. That's true. Oh, he has a talk show he hosts on Rumble. Is it Rumble or Kick that's basically was trying to be like softcore pornography for a little while? I'm married. I don't want my wife ever finding out that I've gone to anything like that. I feel like it would just get me in trouble. At least this is working. So we're gonna. I mean, for a little while, we're gonna be having a lot of little debates and things like that. You can make sure to like and join the Discord. You should be able to see it in like bio links and things like that. We're trying to build a little bit of a community of people that are just down to have conversations. Xanathan thinks that it's Nick and it's undebatable. If you are pro Shapiro, you are anti American. I would say, again, I'm not judging anyone's, what anyone thinks or who they think is going to be who should be supported or who they're going to support going forward in that political party. But I mean, Nick Fuentes, his whole thing is pretty un-American. I mean, I don't know who's upset by people being critical of Zionism. Like, I don't think I've ever heard somebody that was pro Zionism ever. So I don't know who's supposed to be upset by this. Again, that could just be me. I mean, I've seen plenty of Nick Fuentes things. I just don't watch him live. X and F. So far, I think I've only had two people in chat go for Ben Shapiro, and it's about 85 for Fuentes. I'm actually really surprised by that, but I mean, I know Ben Shapiro is not. 700,000 live views. That is wild. So Nick Fuentes is a lot more popular than I thought. XNF thinks Fuentes is an idiot and Shapiro is a monster. That's probably true. But also, I mean, Donald Trump is the president. Oh, if that was like right after the Charlie Kirk thing, that's probably got a lot to do with it. But I thought the Groypers hated Charlie Kirk. Oh, I guess maybe they were not being very American about him. What happened to him? Sorry, I'm trying not to get banned or strikes or anything like that. I just got my strikes removed on YouTube, so yeah, I mean, so yeah, that's probably not a typical live stream for him. I did not watch Nick on Tucker Carlson. I'm going to be doing that here in just a little bit. Um, I don't have enough time before I've got to drop some stuff off to my wife at work. But I'll be coming back probably around 6 o'clock tonight, and streaming some more. And because I am interested in, I mean, Tucker, I'm not a fan of Tucker Carlson. I think he's just got his. Tucker Carlson makes some good points, but Tucker Carlson's also just gotten like rolled by anybody with a brain for decades. Like if he's not having a casual conversation or a casual interview, he is way out of his league and like most stuff. It's wild to me that folks are oh shit. Billy Lemon's trying to jump on.
Hello, good afternoon. How are
Hey,
you?
Billy. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I just got home, so I'm doing great.
Oh, that's good. Were you working or?
No, I was actually at services, so
Okay.
not good thing.
Are you
Yeah,
concerned? Do you have a preference between the two? I mean, I guess I should probably be throwing Candace Owens in there and other people. Like I don't know what is going to happen with the Republican Party once Trump is either gone or passes away. I don't think anyone has the pull that Donald Trump has with the Republican Party, and I'm just trying to see where folks are sitting at least now. I know that's going to change a lot in the next 3 years or so, but
well, yeah, because Donald Trump kind of hijacked the Republican Party. To me, he was like the true third party candidate.
yeah, I mean that's how I saw him also. Because I mean the conservative part of that party is gone. Like Donald Trump is not a conservative at all. He's got some. He'll push some conservative things to get their votes, but Donald Trump's not a conservative. He's a spend. He spends more than Democrats do most of the time. So,
But I would agree, but he's actually cut spending. I mean, could you give me something like the last 3 or 4 presidents actually cut?
no, I mean I don't think because Bush didn't, Obama didn't, Biden sure as hell didn't, Trump in his first term didn't. Um, I mean the last president to cut something was the last president with a balanced budget, which was Bill Clinton. And part of that was the horrible NAFTA stuff that he did.
What did Bill Clinton cut? I didn't know he cut things.
Well, he didn't. I mean, he cut a lot of stuff to not social services. They were called something else.
I don't know. Maybe I have to look into it. I mean, at least Donald Trump has actually cut things. I mean, again, like when it even comes to
Well, he
firing,
cut things to spend other things. He didn't cut spending. He just cut programs, and there's actually no budget cuts in any of the things that, like the big
well,
beautiful bill doesn't have budget cuts. It actually,
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I think my opinion is that the big beautiful bill is a compromise between Donald Trump and establishment Republicans in the House and the Senate.
I would agree with that. I absolutely would. I
So
think you
yeah,
are right on that.
we need to primary out. Like, I think Tucker Carlson recently brought up, and a lot of people have been bringing up that like pretty much Republicans should primary Lindsey Graham. Like they should remove Lindsey Graham from office. That guy is a maniac.
Yeah.
We need to primary the congressmen and senators and get more, America First individuals that would back Trump's agenda there. Because I would agree with, yeah, I think Donald Trump is unable to do everything he wants to do or everything that we want him to do because the House and the Senate are doing nothing.
Yeah. Well, they haven't been doing anything for 2 decades now. So I wouldn't mind seeing everybody get primaried and like the entire system being redone. Like, I think if you've been in government for 20 years, you had your chance. You're out. You're done.
Wait, what? You support term limits?
Yes.
So just a quick question for you. Like, I guess hypothetically, I don't want to use JD Vance. We have like a 40-year-old individual who like comes in, appeals to a ton of people, and we democratically elect that individual. This individual now has like a 90% approval rating, sweeps the states in their second election, and has like a 90+% approval rating. You don't think that like we should be able to elect that person again?
I mean, you can elect him again, but I don't think they should be the only. I mean, JD Vance is going to change a lot in the next 20 years.
Well, it's like I agree.
And he was a one-term senator, wasn't he?
Like I just
He's
don't
my
really,
senator, so I should know, but
Well, I just don't understand because some people will say, we're in a democratic republic, but we are a democracy. We do vote. So I just don't understand in a democracy. I don't understand why term limits like would make sense in a democracy. It's like just vote that person out then. If they're doing a terrible job and they've been there for 20 years, just like why are we not voting that person out?
Well, because you don't. The way that voting works, you don't get to really. Well, in most states, you don't get to choose who your candidates are. You can technically write in anybody, but the Democrat and the Republican parties, which are private businesses, they determine who they put up.
Yeah, but there are more there are more parties than just the two parties. It's like, yeah, I agree with you.
But none of them are going to win.
Most voters are relatively low IQ, and they just vote for one of the two major parties.
That's true.
And yeah, it's just like they just vote for one of the two parties when a third option or a write-in is available. And it's easier to hijack one of those smaller parties. It's just people refuse to do it.
Well, see, I think the big issue with the smaller parties is they're so niche that they have their tiny little group of people, and then they just piss everyone else off. So it's like, yeah, you might get 5% of the vote, but who was it not Rand Paul, the big-eared bastard?
Yeah. The
ran.
Libertarian was a bozo. I was going to vote for Gary Johnson in 2016 because I used to be a Marco Rubio guy until, Chris Christie broke Marco Rubio in public on stage at one of the debates.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that just completely changed my perception of politics and the people that I was voting in to office. Like, they're just a bunch of they're a bunch of robots essentially.
Yeah, that is a huge issue. I think there needs to be, and I have no answer for it, so I can't give a prescription that I think would be better. I think there needs to, with the political system, I think there needs to be a major shakeup in how things are done, even if that means, split. And I think the Democratic Party has the best chance of doing this because they've been courting so many different factions for so long. You've got the far left people who are like socialists and communists and all of that, and then you've got the moderate Democrats that are just like help poor people, let women get abortions, let people have their guns, and that's like the moderate Democrat position. But there's 5 or 6 sections of the Democratic Party that
who represent
off.
Okay,
but they're so scared of doing that because then the Republicans are just going to roll them every election.
Who represents that in the Democratic Party?
I don't know.
Maybe they don't appeal to all those different groups that you're saying they're appealing to.
That might. That may be true. That may just be my feeling, and I could be completely wrong on it. That could just be
policies sound great. Like they're like, oh, we want to just give out so much food, give out all free healthcare, free. It's not free, unfortunately, and city is paying for it, and it's usually
it's free for the people that vote for it because they're not working and they're not the ones paying for it. But
I think America seems pretty doomed. Kamala Harris, who is an absolute stooge, received over 60 million votes. That's absolutely terrifying. If they get actually a decent candidate, they're 100% going to win because they have 60 million robots who are just going to vote for that party no matter what.
There's a lot of robots on the Republican side too, though. So
yeah, I agree. I want to vote them out. And it's people that don't even like Trump, like Mitch McConnell hates Donald Trump. Paul Ryan left politics. He left being the leader of one of the branches of government and just left politics completely because Donald Trump won.
Yeah.
You have Ben Shapiro up here who who claims they represent MAGA, and leading up to 2016, they were a never Trumper.
Yeah, well, and now Nick Fuentes is saying he's gone back and forth, but I mean, Nick Fuentes hates that Trump is such a big Israel supporter, and
yeah, I don't really look too. I understand.
I think we need to be. I think there needs to be a major shakeup in the voting system of America, and
How so?
I'm not like I think you're correct on there needs to be more than just the two parties, but I feel like if there's
No, wait, just to be clear though, it's like I actually support a two-party system more so than a multi-party system. Because you're just going to allow like a very, very extreme motivated group of people to like make it into power and to potentially get like a significant portion of power if they can only represent 20 to 30% of the population. I mean,
well, I think that only works for the presidency, not like Congress and the Senate. Like, I think that would be 20% of all of America is doable. 20% of a small portion of people, I don't think is, at least not the Democrat stuff, because like we said, somebody's got to pay for all that stuff. So it may happen once, but then the people that voted those people in, they're going to go, wait a minute, I'm paying for all this other crap. I'm the one that's fitting the bill for this. I'm not going to do that anymore. And
so just like a general question to you, just to get your feeling, who is to blame for the current shutdown?
I mean, both sides are to blame. The Republicans don't want to reopen the government, and they don't even want to negotiate. They just want to say, this is what we want. End of story. And they keep saying, we don't need you to do this. If they didn't need the Democrats, why are we shut down?
No, because So how many votes are the Republicans missing?
3, I think.
Yeah. So how much are the Republicans supposed to capitulate for 3 votes?
I mean, 3 votes is everything. The Democrats have had to do it for 1 vote.
So
plenty of times.
There's already Democrats who are supporting the bill. Like in addition to all Republicans supporting the bill, there are also some Democrats, very few granted, like are voting for the bill to reopen the government, and all of the other Democrats are holding out for 3 votes unless the Republicans completely capitulate to Democrats. I mean,
well, no, not completely capitulate, just negotiate. Like, at least say something. I mean, so far the Republicans, the only thing they've been saying has been lies, to be fair. They have not been honest about what the Democrats are proposing. The whole, they want to give billions of dollars to illegal immigrants, that isn't true. That has absolutely nothing to do with, regardless of what happens with this bill, if illegal immigrants go to the hospital, we got to pay for it, regardless.
So wait, and you support that?
No, but that's the law. A hospital cannot turn somebody away from the ER, whether they can pay or not.
In an undocumented manner, that's a misdemeanor, which means that's a criminal, right? A misdemeanor is a crime, which would make that individual a criminal. And you're like, it's the law to give criminals who came over here in an undocumented way to be able to get free health care, and you and I have to pay for it as taxpayers?
Well, nobody's coming here for our health care. Our health care is not that great. There's a lot of other countries they could be going to that would, with Trump in office, would probably be easier to get into than America right now, but...
Yeah, wait. So if you were a trillionaire and you needed to have heart surgery, where do you think you're going to have it? What country in the world do you think you're going to have that surgery?
Being a trillionaire, it would be America because I can afford it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, again, yeah, and the reason why is because the United States, even though it's completely unaffordable, it is the best healthcare system in the entire world.
I mean, then how is it the best if it's unaffordable? If you can't afford, that's like saying, yeah, well, everybody should have
Well, that's a great point.
Lamborghinis, but if you can't afford it, you shouldn't be able to drive. Like,
Yeah, well,
if you can't afford it, you just die. I don't think that's very American. I don't want anyone just dying in the street. I mean, I have health care. I just went through, I mean, I spent all of last year going through chemo and cancer treatments and all of this stuff last year. So that's the only reason I know how really messed up the stuff in America is, where, you know, I go to a hospital that's in network. I do everything that I can, but while I'm unconscious after a surgery, they have 5 different doctors come in to do whatever they did, and then when I get the bill for it, they go, "Oh, well, 5 doctors came in while you were under anesthesia and they're not part of the network, so you owe us $50,000." Like, that's part of what's going wrong with the American healthcare system. Like, this is not a fun thing, and I'm still dealing with it. Like, as of right now, I'm making like minimum payments because that's all I can afford to make, but I'm trying to get my my insurance company to do something about it, but my insurance company wants to drop the James, who is the people I went through for all of my cancer treatment, because the James is expensive. They're the best of the best. And they tried last year to force me to not go there anymore. And I mean, that's where my oncologist is. That's where my surgeon is. I've got multiple doctors there. I'm not changing all that stuff again, because the people I pay $10,000 a year to don't want to live up to their end of the bargain. And again, I mean, I may just be jaded. I may be like, I had a really, really crappy experience with everything, and I had a major health crisis that happened. So, but that's usually when you find out if something's good or bad, is when something major pops up.
Yeah, I mean, you could always, and I mean, you could also get, I believe, supplemental like catastrophic insurance. I mean, you usually don't want to do that, or you don't, like to think about it. But in some cases, that is also out there.
Not for, so I have Blue Cross Blue Shield through my job. If I were to get supplemental, it would triple what I pay monthly, and it would actually increase what I pay out of pocket. Because the way Blue Cross Blue Shield works, if you're doing it through a program or through your job, if you do anything outside of the contract with your job, they charge you all these extra fees. So I would be paying for the supplemental thing, plus I would have to pay for the fees. We looked at it at the start of this year, because I mean, I've got 10 years left of, scans and surgeries, and hopefully it doesn't come back. We looked at, would it be more advantageous to do something like that, and it wasn't even close. It was way
Not
worse.
through your same provider, but possibly through like another third party. Like do it, not just your personal provider through your job.
I think that would still be way, way, way more expensive. Like,
Maybe
I pay the cream of the crop for like the best insurance that we offer, and I work for a pretty major company. I don't say who I work for, because I've had multiple people try to get me like canned from my job for having these debates and having conversations with people. But, and I mean, yeah, I can be a prick sometimes, so I get it. So I just don't say where I work, but I work for a pretty big company and we've got really good insurance. But really good insurance, if you have something major happen, they don't really care that much about you.
Okay. I mean, it seems like you did receive the treatment, though, right?
I mean, I did get the treatment, but I'm not concerned about the like the cost of just my treatment. I'm talking about like all the hidden things that I have no control over. And technically, my insurance company could just say, you know what, we don't want to cover any more of your cancer treatments. Um, and I'm locked in for another year because you have what do they call it, open enrollment. I just finished that. So I have agreed to a contract with them for a full year. They could essentially January 1st say, yeah, we're not covering cancer treatment anymore. And I'm SOL. And I still have to pay for it, even though I wouldn't be able to use it. Now, I could go to another job and then use their insurance, and they couldn't do anything because of the pre existing conditions thing. But if they, with this government shutdown, part of the thing people are complaining about is they're worried that Republicans are going to try and kill the ACA. And that's where the pre existing condition thing is tied to. If they kill that, the ban on rejecting people for pre-existing conditions goes away. And I mean, I don't know how old you are. I mean, I'm older. I'm in my 40s. I remember when people would not leave their shitty job because they had, diabetes or something like that. And they knew if they switched jobs, they wouldn't be able to get insurance because it was considered a pre-existing condition. And if they switched jobs, they were SOL. And not just them, their family was, their kids, everyone could be removed from it because they had a pre-existing condition.
Yeah, but if you're currently being covered by that, they can't just drop that coverage.
Yes, they
can't. All right,
absolutely.
maybe.
The insurance company can. I mean, they won't do it that way. What they'll do is they'll say, "Oh, you're going through these providers. We're refusing to do business with those providers anymore. So now you go to the only people that you can go to are these like 5 approved doctors, and those approved doctors will not do won't do anything for you because they'll say, oh, well, your insurance isn't going to cover it and your insurance isn't going to pay for it. So we're not going to do it. The only I mean, it didn't happen to me, but going through the cancer and the chemo and all that stuff, I talked to a lot of people that were going through a lot worse things than I am. And I got to hear some really bad horror stories from other folks that were going through, chemo and all of that. And I mean, and again, I'm probably more sensitive to it because I know how crappy it was for me going through all that stuff at the time. And it's like you do not have the ability to deal with that. I mean, you're just so sick all the time. I never even got to use like my long-term disability stuff because they were telling me, oh, well, you have to call us every week and, basically fill out a bunch of forms every week to get your disability stuff while you're not working. And I didn't have the energy to do it. Like, I couldn't get out of bed. And granted, I had probably the worst chemo. I mean, my oncology team thinks I probably hold the record for the worst chemo. The 2 drugs I was on most people get about 100 hours of that a year, and I was getting 92 hours at a time. I was hospitalized for all of my chemo, and it was not a good. And again, I could just be more sensitive because of what I went through and the people that I talked to going through all of that stuff. I am always up for hearing people's stories of how things have gone with them. Who the hell is that? No, they go for it. I do need to run some stuff up to my wife's job. I'm gonna hopefully be back on in a little bit, and we're gonna watch the Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson stuff. If on anyone watching on TikTok, it'll probably just be audio, but if you want to watch the video and all of that, I'm on YouTube and Twitch. I'm thank everybody for watching. I will be back hopefully around 6 o'clock. I'm gonna take some dinner up to my wife and have dinner with her while she's working tonight, and then I'll be back on in a little bit. You have no motion. I will be back on in just a little bit. And I'll have a better number for people to call in if they need to. Right now, it's people on TikTok are just jumping in to have a conversation. I thank everybody for watching. If you haven't liked or followed, please do that. It helps a lot. Again, I went through a real rough year last year, still trying to pay those hospital bills, and every little bit helps. I appreciate everybody that was watching today. I appreciate the commenters. I appreciate the people that called in. And hopefully I will catch you guys soon. And I hope everyone has a good night.